Stop scrolling. The sky just arranged a test you didn't ask for. Before July 26th ends, someone is going to show you exactly who they really are. The universe is watching to see if you fall for the trap or finally claim the destiny that's been waiting for you. Aries, before we go any further, I want you to notice something. That restlessness you've felt lately, that fire simmering just under your skin, like you're waiting for something to happen, but you can't name what. That isn't random. That isn't just a mood. That is your soul picking up a signal before your mind has caught up. Because right now, the sky above you is not calm. Mars, your ruling planet, the planet of your fire, your courage, your very identity, is racing through the sign of the twins. And when Mars moves fast, Aries, you move fast. Your thoughts speed up, your reactions speed up. Words leave your mouth before you've even finished thinking them. You've probably felt it already, replying before you've read the whole message, saying yes before checking if you actually have the time, reacting before you've processed what just happened. This is the energy building toward July 26th. And on that exact day, the moon, swollen, glowing, almost full, slips into Sagittarius, the sign that cannot lie, the sign that rips the mask off anything fake and holds it up to the light. Sagittarius doesn't do polite fiction. It doesn't do, it's fine. It wants truth, even when truth is uncomfortable, even when truth changes everything. So, here is what's happening, Aries, on a soul level. Two forces are converging on the same day. Your ruling planet is speeding up your reactions, and the moon is demanding truth be spoken out loud. That combination, fast reactions plus forced honesty, means something that has been sitting quietly beneath the surface of one of your relationships is about to rise. Hard, fast, impossible to ignore. I need you to hear this part clearly. This is not happening to punish you. This is not bad luck. This is not the universe being cruel. This is preparation. Before any warrior is sent into their next battle, they are tested first, not by an enemy, but by their own circle. The universe needs to know who is standing beside you when the real climb begins. And the only way to know that is to create a moment where the truth can no longer hide. You've been praying for this, Aries, even if you never called it prayer. Maybe it looked like frustration. Maybe it looked like exhaustion. Maybe it looked like lying awake at 2 a.m, wondering why one particular relationship feels heavier than it should. That was you quietly asking the universe for clarity, for an answer, for the truth about who is really for you. That answer is arriving. It's arriving on July 26th, and how you respond to it will either set you free or lock you into another year of the same exhausting cycle. So, take a breath with me right now, Aries, because what I'm about to tell you next is the part most people never get warned about. Here's what this test is actually going to look like. Aries, because it rarely looks like what we expect. It might be a friend who suddenly turns distant right when you needed them most. It might be a partner who says something careless, something that reveals they were never fully paying attention to your heart in the first place. It might be a coworker, a sibling, or someone in your family circle who chooses their own comfort over standing up for you, and you'll watch it happen in real time. Or, Aries, it might go the other direction entirely. It might be you. It might be your own loyalty on trial. A pull to defend someone, cover for someone, or stay quiet about something that's been bothering you for weeks, simply because speaking up feels like too much conflict for one afternoon. Whichever direction it comes from, the feeling will be unmistakable. A gut punch, a wait, did they really just do that moment? A silence on the other end of a conversation that says more than words ever could. You will feel it in your chest before your mind even finishes processing what happened. And here is the deeper truth, Aries. This was never really about the other person. I know that's hard to hear when you're the one getting hurt. But this moment is a mirror. It is showing you, clearly, undeniably, the difference between people who are loyal to who you used to be and people who are ready to walk beside who you are becoming. Because you are not the same Aries you were a year ago. You've grown. You've softened in places that needed softening and hardened in places that needed strength. Not everyone in your life has grown at the same pace. Some people loved the old version of you, the version that stayed small, that didn't ask questions, that accepted less than it deserved. That version was easier to be around. That version was easier to control. This test on July 26th is going to separate those two groups of people in your life, cleanly, undeniably. The ones who see your growth and celebrate it will show up differently than the ones who quietly feel threatened by it. And Aries, this is exactly why Venus, the planet of love, loyalty and true values, has been moving through Virgo these past weeks. Virgo doesn't care about grand declarations or sweet promises. Virgo asks one simple, piercing question: who actually shows up? Not who says, "I'm always here for you." Who is actually here? In the small moments, the inconvenient moments, the moments nobody is watching. That is the real test hiding underneath this test. And it is about to get answered. But here, Aries, is where most people in your position get it wrong. I need you to hear this before July 26th arrives. Here is the trap, Aries. Here is exactly how it catches people born under your sign more than any other sign in the zodiac. Your gift is fire. Quick thinking, quick courage, quick action. When something is wrong, you don't sit in it for weeks, turning it over and over. You move. That instinct has saved you more times than you probably even realize. But right now, with Mars racing through fast, restless Gemini, that same gift can turn into a blade that cuts the wrong direction. The trap is this: reacting in the heat of the moment, sending the message you can't unsend, speaking words in anger that were only ever meant to be felt, not said out loud, cutting someone off completely in one impulsive move before the full truth has even had a chance to reveal itself. Aries, when you're hurt, your instinct is to burn the bridge immediately, so nothing can reach you from that direction again. I understand that instinct. It's protective. But this week, it's also the trap. Because here's what the universe actually wants from you right now. Not a reaction, a response. There is a difference. A reaction is fast, fueled by ego, fueled by the sting of the moment. A response comes from stillness, even just 24 hours of stillness, where your higher self, not your wounded pride, gets to decide what happens next. There is a second version of this trap too, Aries, and it is just as dangerous, staying loyal to something out of pure stubbornness, refusing to walk away from a person, a job or a situation simply because some part of you refuses to lose, refuses to admit it isn't working, refuses to be seen as someone who gives up. That is not loyalty. That is ego wearing loyalty's clothing. And the universe can always tell the difference, even when we can't. So here is your practice for the days around July 26th. When the moment comes, and you will know it when it comes, pause before you speak. Just pause. Place a hand over your heart if you need to. Ask yourself one question. Is this fire or is this fear? Is this coming from my strength or from my wound? Real loyalty, real courage, real Aries fire can wait 24 hours and still burn just as bright. Ego cannot. Ego needs to act immediately or it starts to doubt itself. This single pause, this one choice to respond instead of react, is going to shape everything that happens next in this story. The trap isn't there to trip you up for no reason, Aries. It's there because what's waiting for you on the other side of this test is bigger than anything you've built so far. The universe simply needed to know, once and for all, if you were ready to protect it. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go deeper for a moment, Aries, because what's happening around July 26th is not just about one conversation, one friendship, or one moment of tension. It is part of something far bigger that has been unfolding in your life for months. Think back. Have you been sleeping differently lately? Either deeper than usual or barely at all, with dreams so vivid you remember them hours later? Have certain numbers kept catching your eye? 111, 222, 333, showing up on clocks, receipts, license plates, like the universe is tapping you on the shoulder? Have old memories, old people, old versions of situations been resurfacing out of nowhere, almost like your mind is doing spring cleaning? Aries, these are not coincidences. These are signs that your vibration, your energy, your frequency has been rising. And when your frequency rises, anything vibrating lower than your new self starts to feel uncomfortable, unstable, or unwilling to stay close. This is what spiritual teachers mean when they talk about the fire of transformation. You are a fire sign, Aries, born under the element of purification. Fire doesn't only destroy, fire clears. It burns away the dead leaves, the dry branches, everything no longer alive, so that what's actually alive can get more light, more air, more room to grow. What's happening in your relationships right now is not the universe taking things away from you out of cruelty. It is the universe clearing the ground so your real harvest has somewhere to land. This is also, on a soul level, the completion of a cycle, what many call a karmic loop closing. Some of the loyalty being tested right now isn't even new. It's old. It may reach back further than this friendship, this relationship, this job, back to patterns you've carried for years, maybe patterns you learned before you even had words for them, patterns of earning love through self-sacrifice, of staying loyal to people who never quite reciprocated it, of mistaking intensity for intimacy. July 26th isn't creating this pattern, Aries, it's exposing it gently so you finally get the chance to release it for good. And I want you to really sit with this next part. The moon isn't just passing through Sagittarius and disappearing on the 26th. It keeps building. It keeps swelling. 3 days later, on July 29th, it becomes completely full, fully illuminated, hiding nothing. Whatever begins revealing itself on the 26th doesn't fade quietly into the background. It grows clearer and clearer and clearer until there is no version of this story left where you can pretend you didn't see it. You are not being tested to see if you'll fail, Aries. You are being tested because you are finally ready to pass. And on the other side of that, something is waiting for you that you have been quietly asking for a very long time. Here is what's waiting for you, Aries, on the other side of July 26th. Once the dust settles, once the truth has fully surfaced, once you've chosen response over reaction. Clarity, real, solid, unshakable clarity. You are going to look at your circle, your friendships, your relationship, your family dynamics, even your workplace. And for the first time in a long time, you're going to see it exactly as it is, not as you've been hoping it might become. And here's the beautiful part. The people who are actually meant to walk this next chapter with you are not going anywhere. If anything, this test brings you closer to them. It shows you who deserves the deepest parts of your loyalty, and it frees you from pouring your fire into people and situations that were only ever going to drain it. Because Aries, you are the first sign of the entire zodiac, not by accident. You are the spark that starts every new cycle, the warrior who goes first so the rest of the path can be discovered. That is your birthright. Not to shrink, not to overgive your loyalty just to keep the peace, but to lead your own life with the same courage you'd use to defend someone you love. This season is asking you to finally defend your own peace that fiercely. Once this test completes, and it will complete quickly, Aries, this is not a months-long ordeal. This is a threshold you cross in a matter of days. Doors that have felt stuck are going to start moving again. Opportunities that seem to be waiting on some invisible green light may suddenly open. A conversation you've been dreading might finally happen and leave you lighter instead of heavier. A relationship you thought was cooling might reignite with a new kind of honesty. And any connection that was never truly built for your next chapter will fall away gently without the dramatic explosion your fire sign might expect. Because when you stop reacting and start responding, the universe no longer needs drama to deliver the lesson. Picture it with me for a second. Picture yourself a few weeks from now, looking back on this exact moment, this video, this warning, this test, and realizing it was the turning point. The moment you stopped letting your fire burn everything in its path and started letting it light the way forward instead. That is who you are becoming, Aries. Not less fierce, not less passionate, just aimed, focused, unshakable in a way you have never quite felt before. So if you're ready to receive this, say it with me right now, even quietly, even just in your mind. I release what was never truly loyal to me. I trust the fire that is clearing my path. My true destiny is unlocking, and I am ready to walk through the door. Feel that? That's not just a sentence, Aries. That's a decision. And decisions like that are exactly what change a destiny. Before you go, Aries, I need you to do 3 quick things with me. First, like this video right now, while this energy is still fresh. It helps this message reach the other Aries souls who need to hear it before July 26th arrives, not after. Second, subscribe and tap that notification bell, because what happens after this test matters just as much as the test itself, and I'll be walking through every step of it with you. And third, the most important one, comment the word IGNITE below if you felt this one in your bones. I read every single comment, and I want to know exactly who this reached tonight. If you already have a feeling who this test involves, comment I know. You don't have to explain. I'll understand. Share this with the Aries in your life who needs to hear it before Sunday. Until next time, trust your fire, Aries. It has never once led you wrong.